Hi, Ben from Lover of Tech. Welcome to my extreme battery drain test on mobile data only between the Honor 200 Pro, the Pixel 8a, and the Moto Edge 50 Pro. Let's get into it. Now, when it comes to the battery and the performance specifications, starting with the Honor 200 Pro, it is powered by the Snapdragon 8S Gen 3, and it is packing a 5200 mAh battery. For the Pixel 8a, it is packing a 4492 mAh battery, and it is powered by the Google Tensor G3. And for the Moto Edge 50 Pro, it is packing a 4500 mAh battery, and it is powered by the Snapdragon 7 Gen 3. And for the parameters of how we set up these devices for this extreme battery drain test, when it comes to the display, they've all been set to the 120Hz mode, whether it's auto or adaptive, which should be variable refresh somewhere around 120Hz mode, or static around there, or adaptive based on how the device will actually manage it. When it comes to the brightness, for example, we have pretty much disabled it to put it into manual brightness mode and actually calibrate it to make sure that the brightness is set to 200 nits as close as possible across all these devices. When it comes to the performance profiles and modes, we've not put on any performance mode. Everything has pretty much been left to the default, and this is something that the Honor is known to have, which is a performance mode. I did this previous comparison with the Honor Magic 6 Pro, so if you can check that out and see if there's any difference, but we've kept it default as we go. And when it comes to the software, we have pretty much made sure that it's on the latest version of their software update for the time of this recording. And again, with our extreme battery drain test, this is being done on mobile data only with no Wi-Fi option. With that out of the way, let's get into this extreme battery drain test. Let's start things off with this extreme battery drain test between the Honor 200 Pro, the Pixel 8a, and the Moto Edge 50 Pro. And we're going to be putting it through our popular applications that we use, such as TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Music, as well as things like Twitter, the camera application, gaming, and even WhatsApp video. And yeah, with our extreme battery drain test, we are running this as stated on mobile data only, so you are going to get the most realistic output of how these phones will last in the real world. So if you appreciate this setup, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos on the Lover of Tech channel, especially when it comes to the extreme battery drain test series. All right, let's put the magnification over the battery status so we can see them drain in real time. Again, with our extreme battery drain test, we shoot it as one continuous video. We only speed up in the important areas so you're not having to sit there for the hours like I had to. I'm saving you the hassle and the trouble. So let's pretty much get into it with the first application, TikTok. And I always say this, man, damn, TikTok is like the wicked Wild West. And the state of affairs there, man, is kind of strange when posting content and consuming content there. But if you want to actually see us produce more vertical based tech content for you, then definitely make sure you follow us there at Lover of Tech BA when it comes to TikTok. And yeah, pretty much pulling it through. We're going to be seeing after this first section how these phones are going to be lasting. Now, of course, we're going on battery size, chipsets, and setup and efficiency. Honor has a very strong track record for being really good when it comes to battery on their devices. So yeah, we should really be expecting it to pull the stops. But after the first hour, when it comes to the Pixel 8a, is 90% battery, 37.5 degrees Celsius minus 10% battery loss. And the Honor 200 Pro is 89% battery, 39.7 degrees Celsius minus 11% battery loss. And the Moto Edge 50 Pro is 91% battery, 36.7 degrees Celsius minus 9% battery loss. Ooh, again, accounting for the different battery capacity sizes, the chipsets, and the setup, we're looking like the Moto Edge 50 Pro had the most efficient run and setup for this first section when it comes to TikTok. But let's move over to Instagram Reels. And I've said it, man, Instagram has pretty much become one of my favorite social media platforms when it comes to how I communicate with people, sending a lot of memes and reels, as well as just how I update. And it's pretty much the place where you can see behind the scenes of everything we're getting up to on Lover of Tech when it comes to product launches, press trips, behind the scenes when we're setting up and recording. So definitely, you want to see more from us, including even doing live streams and Q&As in person, be sure to follow us there, Lover of Tech _BA, when it comes to Instagram. And pretty much going through this first section, as we're pretty much going to be using for Instagram Reels before going to live. At this first section, we're going to be seeing that is 73% battery, 41.2 degrees Celsius minus 17% battery loss of the Pixel 8a. And then with the Honor 200 Pro, it's 74% battery, 39.9 degrees Celsius minus 15% battery loss. Ooh. And then with the Moto Edge 50 Pro, it's 77% battery, 38.0 degrees Celsius minus 14% battery loss. I'm telling you, man, I'm actually low-key surprised the Moto Edge 50 Pro is pulling out the stops, and considering the battery capacity of 4,500 compared to what we're seeing on the Honor 200 Pro, which is meant to be 5,200. Ooh. Okay, we're in for one. Okay, Instagram Live next. And of course, we're going to be doing that the half an hour interval. This is because it does show it full screen, so we don't see what the battery percent is all the way through. So we can see a midway point as we can't see it real time. And at the midway point, Pixel 8a 61% battery, 47.2 degrees Celsius minus 12% battery loss out, double digits. And then when it comes to the Honor 200 Pro, 66% battery, 43.3 degrees Celsius minus 8% battery loss. And then when it comes to the Moto Edge 50 Pro, it's 70% battery, 40.2 degrees Celsius minus 7% battery loss. Yeah, the Pixel 8a is really feeling it here. And look, Instagram Live is not for the weak, and it's something that I do on a regular basis when it comes to having Q&A engagement with my audience, as well as co-collaborative Instagram live streams with my other content creator buddies, catching up with them, catching up with their audience, they're catching up with my audience. So it's something that is very realistic, and it's something that I do on a regular basis. So just bear that in mind in terms of usage here. Instagram Live is probably one of the most intensive parts of our extreme battery drain test, alongside when it comes to testing the camera continuously. Now we're going to go to the 4-hour mark, so we'll do a midpoint reading comparison of midpoint loss and total battery loss when it gets to the 4 hour at 3 hours. And when we get to that point, what we will notice is when it comes to the Pixel 8a, it's on 49% battery, 47.9 degrees Celsius, minus 12% battery loss, but the total loss is minus 24%. It's almost a quarter of a battery gone. Now for the Honor 200 Pro, it's 57% battery, 43.7 degrees Celsius, minus 9% battery loss, but a total loss of minus 17% for the total hour. And then Moto Edge 50 Pro, 62% battery, 41.4 degrees Celsius, minus 8% battery loss, and a total loss of minus 15%. Not only does it have more battery in terms of percentage-wise relative to the battery capacity, it's cooler, and it lost the least amount of battery over the hour. Ooh, Motorola, you're a dark horse in this one. I was not expecting this at all. And it pretty much does tell you, man, size isn't absolutely everything so far. Guys, we are in for a treat when it comes to this battery drain test. When it gets to this point and I'm seeing these things, yeah, it makes me wonder what we're getting into. Let's move over to YouTube next. And of course, we are watching our ultimate camera comparison. And this is with the S24 Ultra, Pixel 8 Pro, as well as the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Midway point seen as it is obviously viewing it in full screen. We're going to see what the battery percentage is. And the Pixel 8a is 35% battery, 46.1 degrees Celsius, minus 14% battery loss. And then the Honor 200 Pro is 47% battery, 41.7 degrees Celsius, minus 10% battery loss. And then you've got 51% battery, 42.4 degrees Celsius, minus 11% battery loss on the Moto Edge 50 Pro. So it looks like this is where the Moto Edge 50 Pro has struggled. And again, this is a very intense battle and balance, especially when it comes to using mobile data, full screen, and also streaming this at the maximum 4K 60. As we're going through to the 4 hour, we will then see what the total loss next to the midway loss and where these battery percentages will be coming in. And it looks like here's where the Honor 200 Pro is being a bit more efficient and really clawing it in to balance out. And when we get to the 4 hour mark, the Pixel 8a is 26% battery, 43.6 degrees Celsius, minus 9% battery loss, but a total loss of minus 23%. And then the Honor 200 Pro is 39% battery, 41.2 degrees Celsius, minus 8% battery loss, but a total loss of minus 18. And the Moto Edge 50 Pro is 44% battery, 40.6 degrees Celsius, minus 7% battery loss, and a total loss of 18%. So still ahead, but again, probably the most struggled when it came to this round. Now, of course, YouTube Music, this is one of the things that I love, that gets me through when I'm listening to one of my favorite rap albums of all time, The College Dropout. But actually at the beginning, I did put Brandy on there when it came to What About Us. This is from her Full Moon album. So the old school guys from the early noughties, let me know in the comment section below, early 2000s, if you know about that album and that track right there. But of course, College Dropout, one of my favorite rap projects of all time. It's something that I can never get tired of. It's timeless to me, and it's just still one of my favorite Kanye projects. Of course, at a 4 hour, 10% battery on the Pixel 8a, 40.0 degrees Celsius, minus 16% battery loss. Then 27% battery, 38.6 degrees Celsius, minus 12% battery loss on the Honor 200 Pro. And then 31% battery, 37.7 degrees Celsius, minus 13% battery loss on the Moto Edge 50 Pro. Yeah, it's going to be a short day in the office for the Pixel 8a because we're going to be moving over to Twitter Spaces or X Spaces. Which one is it going to be? Let me know in the comment section below. Is it Twitter or X for you? And we can pretty much see this draining very fast on the Pixel 8a, where it's pretty much looking to call it a day. and it will be calling it a day where it will be finishing at the 5 hour mark, 23 minutes and 16 seconds, 43.0 degrees Celsius for the final temperature reading. In third place, yeah, still a decent amount under 6 hours, and it's something where you kind of have to consider it. It's par for the course for the Pixel 8a when it comes to battery percentage, and comparing it at this time, 22% battery on the Honor, as well as 27% battery on the Moto Edge 50 Pro. I'm not gonna lie, this Moto Edge 50 Pro, it's really bringing out the stops and bringing the big guns and really showing the efficiency that it's got against the Honor 200 Pro. And already you can see it as it's draining and we're getting to the 6 hour mark. The Honor does have the orange indicator on the battery popping up, and it's really showing that, hey, Moto is really bringing it to it, but it's not completely out of the woods yet. We get to the 6 hour mark, it is on 15% battery, 40.4 degrees Celsius, minus 12% battery loss, and then 20% battery, 38.0 degrees Celsius, minus 11% battery loss on the Moto Edge 50 Pro compared to the Honor 200 Pro. This is going to be a tough one because we're going to be recording in 4K 30 FPS when it comes to the video for the camera. And here is where it can pretty much go anyway. First 15-minute interval, we're pretty much going to be seeing the battery percentage comparison. It's 9% on the Honor 200 Pro versus 13% on the Moto Edge 50 Pro. 4% more, considering that's a smaller battery that is working against. Let's go to the next 15-minute interval if it's going to make it. We're not too sure if it's going to make it for either one, but actually it does for both of them. 3% battery on the Honor 200 Pro, 6% battery on the Moto Edge 50 Pro. Ooh, it's only a 3% difference. And Honor has a track record where when it gets to 0%, it's stubborn. It doesn't like to die at all. So is it going to hold on, claw it back and make it happen? 1% battery less at the 6 hour 36 minute mark, 4% battery on the Moto Edge 50 Pro. I think Motorola have got it, or do they really have it? Let's really see how far it gets down to when it gets to these intervals. 0% battery, 6 hours and 39 minutes on the Honor 200 Pro compared to 2% battery on the Moto Edge 50 Pro. Can Honor hold on to the end before it actually packs in and kicks in? 0%. It's got 1% battery on the Moto Edge 50 Pro. Is Honor actually going to hold on and really cause an upset here? I don't know. I know it's stubborn like that, but actually, as we're going to pretty much see that the Moto Edge 50 Pro looks to be holding on to it, and it will do because the Honor does pack in at 6 hours, 40 minutes and 20 seconds, a final temperature reading of 45.4 degrees Celsius in second place. And it's on this last 1% with the Moto Edge 50 Pro. And where is it going to be calling it in? It's going to be calling it quits pretty much anytime now at the 6 hour mark, 44 minutes and 25 seconds. Final temperature reading of 44.8 degrees Celsius. In first place is the Moto Edge 50 Pro. So in third place is the Pixel 8a with a finishing time of 5 hours, 23 minutes and 16 seconds. Yeah, par for the course when it comes to the not so efficient way that the Tensor chip behaves. Even though the battery size is relatively good, it's pretty much what I was expecting from the Pixel. It's respectable, it's manageable, it's doable. This is what we pretty much had. The Pixel 8a in third place with a finishing time of 5 hours, 23 minutes and 16 seconds. And in second place is the Honor 200 Pro with a finishing time of 6 hours, 40 minutes, 20 seconds. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is still very, very good. Once you blast past that 6 hour mark, 6 hours and a half mark, especially with continuous 4K video, but I think you're in good. But I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah, with the track record I've had with Honor with their over 5,000 mAh battery phones, I was expecting a little bit more. I was expecting it to make it to the 7 hour mark and really give me a run for my time when it comes to gaming. But here we are in second place, the Honor 200 Pro. Finishing time, 6 hours, 40 minutes and 20 seconds. And in first place is the Moto Edge 50 Pro with an astonishing finishing time of 6 hours, 44 minutes and 25 seconds. Now, relative to the battery capacity that it's packing, even with the chipset, yo, I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised by this win. It did fantastic because honestly, I thought the Moto Edge 50 Pro was gonna come second, whereas the Honor was gonna be first and the Pixel last, but here we are. And I'm reminded why I love doing these extreme battery drain tests the way we do it. You get to learn and actually get surprised from time to time, and this is the situation with the Moto Edge 50 Pro finishing first with a finishing time 6 hours, 44 minutes and 25 seconds. Now, were you surprised by these results, or is this exactly what you expected? Let me know in the comment section below. And that's it for me, Ben from Lover of Tech. If you enjoy videos like this, you know exactly what to do. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're part of Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, so you don't miss any future videos on the channel. I hope you're all safe during this time. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.